pathways that alter homeostasis. A variety of homeostatic mechanisms maintain the internal environment within tolerable limits. Either homeostasis is maintained through a series of control mechanisms, or the body suffers various illnesses or disease. When the cells in the body begin to malfunction, the homeostatic balance becomes disrupted. Eventually, this leads to disease or cell malfunction. Disease and cellular malfunction can be caused in two basic ways: either deficiency, cells not getting all they need, or toxicity, cells being poisoned by things they do not need. When homeostasis is interrupted in your cells, there are pathways to correct or worsen the problem. In addition to the internal control mechanisms, there are external influences based primarily on lifestyle choices and environmental exposures that influence our body's ability to maintain cellular health. Nutrition. If your diet is lacking in a specific vitamin or mineral, your cells will function poorly, possibly resulting in a disease condition. For example, a menstruating woman with inadequate dietary intake of iron will become anemic. Lack of hemoglobin, a molecule that requires iron, will result in reduced oxygen carrying capacity. In mild cases, symptoms may be vague, such as fatigue, but if the anemia is severe, the body will try to compensate by increasing cardiac output, leading to palpitations and sweatiness and possibly heart failure. Toxins. Any substance that interferes with cellular function, causing cellular malfunction. This is done through a variety of ways: chemical, plant, insecticides, and/or bites. A commonly seen example of this is drug overdoses. When a person takes too much of a drug, their vital signs begin to waver, either increasing or decreasing. These vital signs can cause problems, including coma, brain damage, and even death. Psychological. Your physical health and mental health are inseparable. Our thoughts and emotions cause chemical changes to take place, either for better as with meditation, or worse as with stress. Physical. Physical maintenance is essential for our cells and bodies. Adequate rest, sunlight, and exercise are examples of physical mechanisms for influencing homeostasis. Lack of sleep is related to a number of ailments such as irregular cardiac rhythms, fatigue, anxiety, and headaches. Genetic and reproductive. Inheriting strengths and weaknesses is part of our genetic makeup. Genes are sometimes turned off or on due to external factors, which can have some control over, but at other times, little can be done to correct or improve genetic diseases. Beginning at the cellular level, a variety of diseases come from mutated genes. For example, cancer can be genetically inherited or can be caused due to a mutation from an external source, such as radiation or genes altered in a fetus when the mother uses drugs. Medical. Because of genetic differences, some bodies need help in gaining or maintaining homeostasis. Through modern medicine, our bodies can be given different aids, from antibodies to fight infections, or chemotherapy to kill harmful cancer cells. Traditional and alternative medical practices have many benefits, but, like any medical practice, the potential for harmful effects is present. Whether by nosocomial infections or a wrong dosage of medication, homeostasis can be altered by that which is trying to fix it. Trial and error with medications can cause potential harmful reactions and possibly death if not caught soon enough. The factors listed above all have their effects at the cellular level, whether harmful or beneficial. Inadequate beneficial pathways, a deficiency, will almost always result in harmful waiver in homeostasis. Too much toxicity also causes homeostatic imbalance, resulting in cellular malfunction. By removing negative health influences and providing adequate positive health influences, your body is better able to self-regulate and self-repair, thus maintaining homeostasis. Homeostasis throughout the body. Each body system contributes to the homeostasis of other systems and of the entire organism. No system of the body works in isolation, and the well-being of the person depends upon the well-being of all the interacting body systems. A disruption within one system generally has consequences for several additional body systems. Here are some brief explanations of how various body systems contribute to the maintenance of homeostasis. The nervous system. Since the nervous system does not store nutrients, it must receive a continuous supply from blood. Any interruption to the flow of blood may bring brain damage or death. The nervous system maintains homeostasis by controlling and regulating the other parts of the body. A deviation from a normal set point acts as a stimulus to a receptor, which sends nerve impulses to a regulating center in the brain. The brain directs an effector to act in such a way that an adaptive response takes place. If, for example, the deviation was a lowering of body temperature, the effector acts to increase body temperature. The adaptive response returns the body to a state of normalcy, and the receptor, the regulating center, and the effector temporarily cease their activities. Since the effector is regulated by the very conditions produced, this process is called control by negative feedback. This manner of regulating normalcy results in a fluctuation between two extreme levels. Not until body temperature drops below normal, do receptors stimulate the regulating center, and effectors act to raise body temperature. Regulating centers are located in the central nervous system, the brain and spinal cord. The hypothalamus is a portion of the brain particularly concerned with homeostasis. It influences the action of the medulla oblongata, a lower part of the brain, the autonomic nervous system, and the pituitary gland. The nervous system has two major portions, the central nervous system and the peripheral nervous system. The peripheral nervous system consists of the cranial and spinal nerves. The autonomic nervous system is part of the peripheral nervous system and contains motor neurons that control internal organs. It operates at the subconscious level and has two divisions, the sympathetic and parasympathetic systems. In general, the sympathetic system brings about those results we associate with emergency situations, often called fight or flight reactions. The parasympathetic system produces those effects necessary to our everyday existence. The endocrine system. The endocrine system consists of glands which secrete hormones into the bloodstream. Each hormone has an effect on one or more target tissues. In this way, the endocrine system regulates the metabolism and development of most body cells and body systems. To be more specific, the endocrine system has sex hormones that can activate sebaceous glands, development of mammary glands, alter dermal blood flow, and release lipids from adipocytes. MSH can stimulate melanocytes on our skin. Our bone growth is regulated by several hormones, and the endocrine system helps with the mobilization of calcitonin and calcium. In the muscular system, hormones adjust muscle metabolism, energy production, and growth. In the nervous system, hormones affect neural metabolism, regulate fluid electrolyte balance, and help with reproductive hormones that influence CNS development and behaviors. In the cardiovascular system, we need hormones that regulate the production of red blood cells, which elevate and lower blood pressure. Hormones also have an anti-inflammatory effect and stimulate the lymphatic system. In summary, the endocrine system has a regulatory effect on basically every other body system.